Hi, my name is Ying. I'm 20 this year and I'm doing fashion design in Raffles College. Well, what made me choose Raffles for fashion design was honestly the overall environment of this school. I really liked how it felt really close-knit and personal. And I've been wanting to do fashion since I was young, since I was in high school. And I had high school during the COVID days, so that was when I maxed out all my hobbies and my personalities, which is when I started sewing, started making clothes for myself, and that's when I knew that I had to do fashion as a course. And for me back then, I would say that I saw fashion as more of an art form or something more artistic. Whereas after I joined Raffles, I saw how it could mesh with daily life problems and it could be more of a industry type of thing, not just art. Well, during my final collection, I really had to sit down and think about what I wanted to show to the world, as it was kind of my first step into the industry. So thinking about it, I had a hard time choosing my concept and finalizing the overall vibe that I wanted to show. And as for me, I really like the conceptual designing of the process, which is called design, research, and development. It's honestly one of my favorite parts when it comes to designing. However, my lecturer did have a really high expectation for us, as he's been teaching here his whole life and he's seen everything he could have seen. So we wanted to put something out there that was different from the previous batches, the previous graduates. And as a perfectionist, I felt like I had to do something really different for me to give that impact. So definitely it was more of an internal struggle where I wasn't sure if this was the best I could do or if this was the best I could show as a fashion student. And another thing would be the time management, because we have to complete about 3 looks in 3 months. So it is a pretty short amount of time. And it's really up to the person if they are good at managing their own time or their own schedules and do the best that they can do. So it's really something that you have to learn in fashion design. Okay, so this is one thing that really made me, I had a breakdown, I would say. It was when I got my first harsh critic from a lecturer, and it definitely broke my confidence on how I am as a designer. But at the same time, this was the learning moment where I knew that if I could get through this, it would be a good way to step into the industry too, because the industry is really harsh and they can be cruel to you. Everybody has their own standards, as it is very subjective. So this is something that I learned in Raffles and something that I can definitely step forward as a designer. And another thing would also to be really adaptable. You have to be really quick on your feet, as there could be changes at the last minute or the last second, especially with stylists or clients that have really minor details that probably even you didn't see or didn't notice, but they would notice. And it's something that you have to be really open and aware about, and also be able to understand that you have to get it done by today, and that's final. It's not a choice where you can be like, I'll take my time, have my own creative process. It's not like that. But Raffles definitely put us through that training, because we always have assignments after assignments, and the deadlines are really important here. So I've definitely learned that from Raffles.